Tipping Point has always invested in organizations that serve young people. 3 years ago, there were over 3,000 young people in the Bay Area who were homeless on any given night. Youth homelessness is one of the strongest predictors for adult homelessness, and so we wanted to do something about that. The Youth Homelessness Project is a $16 million, 3-year project. We've broken it into 3 funding categories: direct services like housing and prevention, supporting the organizations who are doing the work, and working with counties to make them more effective at serving young people.
As a kid, I was in my own head a lot. There was a lot of hopping around from family to family member. There was a lot of scrounging going around, me and my siblings, making struggle meals and bringing our money together because our mom, she left us with a lease. Definitely extremely overwhelming for me. At YAP, I was able to work along with finishing my high school at the same time. We had learned about building techniques.
YAP stands for the Youth Employment Partnership, founded just over 50 years ago to provide job training and education to young people who weren't thriving in conventional education environments. More and more of our young people were becoming unstably housed. The problem was we didn't know anything about housing. Tipping Point really encouraged us to integrate the strategies of housing and workforce.
Young people who don't have stable housing are going to have a really hard time finding work. And then on the flip side, if you don't have that stable job, you might not be able to afford to be able to stay in your housing.
I had the wonderful opportunity to work at an old Victorian household. Our job was to demolish it from top floor down and make it into a dormitory for people 16 to 24. I got to install circuitry and reciprocals, basically installed all the drywall. I got to lead a crew of 6.
The community of practice has been one of the most impactful things that we've been able to bring to the community. We provide a space for everyone to come together, connect, hear what's going on in each other's worlds. We felt like it was an opportunity for us to be able to jump in and lead the work.
Being part of the community of practice shaved about 6 months off of our learning curve, giving us handbooks, teaching us about the insurance, everything from where to buy bedding, supplies, all of those kinds of things. I was expecting the community of practice to be a little bit helpful and to give us some tips, but they were enormously helpful.
I was here at HHRC as an intern. We help with housing, personal health, your mental health. I seen that Tipping Point was funding for 2 positions as a peer navigator, so I applied.
Youth often do not access adult homelessness services because they don't feel safe, they don't feel like they belong, and when they go into those places, it doesn't feel comfortable or welcoming.
When I was younger, I was homeless for a while with my mom, and we were living at a parking lot, so, hearing these young people say they're couch surfing, they're living in their car really resonates to me.
Ending youth homelessness is not just about adding more beds. It's about creating a network of services and providers that are working with youth every step of the way.
We were able to reach out to more different communities like San Leandro, like Hayward. We do workshops for them. I have my caseload of 25 young adults. There's a lot of young people that want to go to college, but they just don't have the right resources.
One of the things Marin County has lacked historically when it comes to youth homelessness is simply the acknowledgement that youth homelessness exists in our community. There was this momentum, but the Tipping Point, invitation and collaboration really catapulted the movement.
Local government played a critical role with the organizations that we funded. We ran each grant by them to make sure that we weren't bringing an idea that didn't align with what the county was trying to go for.
We bring all of our local youth service providers together, child protective services, the justice system, our behavioral health partners. We have actually built a sustainable plan of how our youth can remain in the community that they've grown up in.
We were able to support a number of really innovative ideas. One is a new system of counting young people who are experiencing homelessness, more access to mental health services, cash transfer to young people directly.
Often funders really pit us against each other and we compete with each other, where this initiative was exactly the opposite. We were working together collectively to come up with best practices to address a very challenging issue in our community.
Before Tipping Point, we had no dedicated approach to youth homelessness in Marin County. And now we may be able to end youth homelessness within our community.
I think working with youth at this time in their lives is really special because it's this pivotal moment where we can really be able to just make a few supports present for them to just change the trajectory of their life entirely.
I was just overall excited to move into a place that I had helped construct. Thanks to the dormitories, I got a chance to apply for college. Now I'm in my second year, I'm majoring in biology, and I'm working for East Bay Conservation Corps. I've been able to save up over $3,000. I didn't have this program right now, there would be almost an 100% chance that I'd be homeless at this moment.
They seen that spark in me that I didn't see in myself, you know. I was the first one to even graduate high school from my family, and now I'm looking towards going to go get my master's in psychology. I'm the helping hand, like stuff that I went through, nobody has to go through because of just me being able to advocate for them.
There's just too much passion in this community. There's no turning back at this point. It's nothing but forward from this point.